Welcome to Commissioner of Collegiate Education, Government of Telangana. I am Veeraya Sheelam, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany. I have been working at Government Degree College for Women, Nalgonda. So topic is belongs to BSc final year, 5th semester, subject Botany, paper Ecology and Biodiversity. So today topic is soil formation, weathering and mode of soil formation. So contents are how soil formation in natural habit, weathering process and types of weathering, mode of soil formation or soil types. So today we are going to discuss one by one from these contents. So the first subtopic is soil formation. Already some important characteristics of soil discussed in previous part, in previous class. Today we are going to discuss soil formation. How soil formed? Soil formation by pedogenesis. Here peds means small pieces. When small pieces are formed by natural method or artificial method or other microbial activity, the small soil particles are formed from the rocks. That is called pedogenesis. Ped means small particles. Genesis means origin. So small particles are origin. So the process of the formation of these particles is called pedogenesis. During the formation of soil, various chemical and biological activities are occurred. So the soil formation divided into two ways. One is infrastructure measures, another one is distinguished actions. So soil formation does by two types, infrastructure and distinguished actions. Let us first one, infrastructure measures. It is again divided into three types. One is humification, alluviation, illuviation. So already discussed these three terms. Hence, I recall the definitions and a brief explanation regarding these three terms. Humification. So it is the process of production of humus. When microorganisms are decomposed, dead parts of plants, dead parts of animals, they are break down into small organic material by the activity of microorganisms. That is called humification. It resulting black or dark brown colored substances prepared, formed, that is called humus. So humus contain rich organic substances, means rich minerals, mineral nutrients which are required to the plant, as well as humus provide porosity. It has high water holding capacity. So it provide rich essential nutrient to the plant. So lightly it shows acidic nature. So it may be changed the soil pH also. So the soils are become a neutral. When I add a rich amount of humus, large amount of humus to the land nature also modified into neutralized if that soils are belongs to alkaline conditions. Alluviation. Alluviation, this process takes place at a horizon. In soil profile, the surface zone is called A zone, A horizon. At the bottom of the A horizon, the elevation takes place. Elevation means some soil particles are held at a suspension manner. Most of that, the clay particles are removed from this A zone. Clay particles are smallest particles. Therefore, that clay particles are removed from the A zone. Therefore, the clay particles are gradually reached to the bottom of A zone. That process is called elevation. So, along with clay particles, many nutrients also reach to the bottom of A horizon. That is called elevation or alluviation. Next one, elevation. So, elevation means accumulation. Accumulation of organic acids at B horizon. Therefore, A horizon and B horizon are ready to for living life forms, various life forms. These two zones are occupied dicotyledon root system as well as small number of microbes even in B zone. So oxygen levels, water, everything available and moderate condition in B zone. So rich available in A zone. So elevation means suspension of clay particles reach to the bottom of A zone. Elevation gives accumulation of organic acids, organic nutrients in B zone. These three methods are gives more nutrients and soils are become fertile by the activity of these three activities. Distinguished actions. So in soil formation, distinguished actions are broadly classified into 5 categories. One is podsolization, laterization, calcification, glycation, salinization. So one by one, we will observe one by one. First, podsolization or podsolization. Use any one term, podsolization or podsolization. So here the diagram, this is the soil A zone, A horizon. This is the completely surface of the soil. It is the bottom of the A zone, A horizon. In A horizon, strong organic acids are forming. For example, tropical region. Tropical region means cool areas. The temperature is maybe less than 15 degrees centigrade. The tropical region, the temperature is less. Therefore, cool climate is visible. At the presence of cool climate, microorganisms are inactive condition. Therefore, decomposition processes go to slow. When decomposition processes goes too slow, at the surface of the soil, the powerful organic acids are forming. These powerful organic acids are break down the clay particles. So the clay particles are percolate and reach to the bottom of the A horizon. That is called podsolization. So here clay particles are formed. Clay particles are formed. Here temperature is decided. Temperature is decided. Therefore, such type of the soils are not favor to the plant germination, plant vegetation. But only conifer trees can grow in these soils. The soils contain rich clay particles. along with strong organic acids. That process is called parsalization. Why parsalization takes place? Inactive of decomposers. When inactive of decomposers, organic acids are formed. When organic acids are mixed with clay particles, the clay particles are gradually break down into very small particles and settle down the bottom of A zone. So these soils are not favor to the growing of other plant trees, but conifer trees can grow in these soils. So parsalization important is it is favor to the conifer plants. Second one, laterization. So B, laterization. So laterization also almost to tropical regions, along with that subtropical region also. Tropical and subtropical regions, this process takes place. So due to the rainfall, the surface layers are go to leached out. When heavy rains are fall down, that organic matter and minerals are go to leached away. At the same time, hydroxides, aluminum hydroxides and iron hydroxides. So minerals are leached away. Important nutrients also leached away. Along with that, aluminum hydroxide and iron hydroxides also leached away. Therefore, that soils are looks like a reddish color. When aluminum hydroxides and iron hydroxide, how many types of hydroxides are formed? Aluminum hydroxide and iron hydroxide. These two hydroxides are percolated into the soil layers, means incorporated into the deep layers. Therefore, that entire region looks like make a color. So light reddish color. The layers are make surface layer almost a horizon make reddish color. So it is not profitable for agriculture. So it is not suitable for agriculture. But laterization means to the form of laterite soils. So laterite soils are favor to the cultivation of spices plant. All the spices. Spices are only spices can grow in laterite soils. The distribution of laterite soils. You observe here, this is the laterite soil. So it is the laterite soil. Almost entire horizon from surface to the complete A horizon looks like a reddish color or Eastman color. How red color is coming to that layer? When heavy water rain drains, the minerals are go to leached away. The surface mineral nutrient excess water leached away. Later, aluminum hydroxides, iron hydroxides, both are together percolate into deep layers. So along with that water, they are dissolved two hydroxides and percolate among the layers. Iron always provide red color. Therefore, these soils are looks like this color. Such type of soils are called laterite soils. These are not profitable for agriculture, but it is highly favorable to the spices plant cultivation. Spices, Eugegium caryophyllum. So, lavangalu, ilachi, cinnamon, dalchina. So, such type of the pepper, these all type of the spices are grow only these type of laterite soils. So laterite soils are commercially useful in the preparation of bricks. So it is the distribution of the soils in India. So it is the laterite soil zone. So among the coastal region of Kerala, Goa, little amount of Maharashtra. So Kerala completely filled with laterite soils. So in Tamil Nadu in eastern side as well as in Telangana, in Orissa, here and here, as well also here, Rajasthan just a small piece. These all are laterite soils zones. These laterite soils are reddish color. So these soils are not profitable for agriculture, but commercial crops can grow like spices plants, as well as commercially preparing bricks. So brick industry also dependent on this laterite soils. That bricks are looks like two reddish color and beautiful also. So they are called laterite soils. Third one, calcification. Calcification, third one. So when calcium carbonate deposited in upper layers of soil, upper layer means this zone is B zone, B horizon. This is the A horizon. So the B horizon of the soil layer contain calcium carbonate, excess calcium carbonate material deposited at B layer. So most of the calcium carbonated layers are visible at grasslands. So grasslands they are favor to the crop production. Entire the food grains are worldwide food grains are producing from these grasslands like savannas, steppes, prairies, pampas. So these all are called grasslands. These grasslands contain calcium carbonate deposits at B at B layer. So calcification gives which one? Rich calcium carbonate. These soils also not favor to the forest etc. But only surface which are growing up to A zone they are they can survive. Which plant root system percolate in until A zone but not B zone. Such type of plants are survive in this type of calcified soils. So glycation. The fourth one is glycation. This phenomena visible at cold tundras in little zones, cold tundra area. In the soil, small cavities are present in between the soil particles. Many numerous number of cavities are there. That cavities are filled with organic substances. Maybe that cavities were filled with organic substances. Later, some anaerobes are entering into that cavities. That organic substances are converted into simple compounds. That is called decomposition. When anaerobes are enter into that cavities, they are decomposed to the organic dead substances. They convert into nutrients. Therefore, after decomposition, the cavities are empty. That empty gaps are filled with water. So that water is not available to the plant. But always it looks like wet. So how wet is coming? By the anaerobic bacteria activity. When anaerobes are enter into the empty spaces in the soil layer, they decompose to the organic matter, then create some gaps. That gaps are filled with water. So this glycation visible at tundras. Tundras already cold region, but not specified cold tundra, hot tundra. Tundras are general in cold. So salinization. So it is very common in estuary areas as well as coastal areas. Among the oceans, the salinization process. Not only among the nearer ocean, agriculture lands also visible this process, salinization process. Salinization means simply increase the salt. increase the salt content in the crops or in the soil is called salinization. So salt is white in color. So salt precipitation. Which lands are very nearer to the oceans or estuaries? That soils are get more salt content. That process is called salinization. In salinization, the process caused by many natural causes are there. Either mineral weathering. So, mineral weathering. Salinization causes, one is mineral weathering. Another one is withdrawal of oceans. Withdrawal of oceans. So it is very common at the coastal areas. Withdrawal of oceans as well as mineral weathering. These two phenomena are create salinization in the soils. So how remove that salinization process? So this is the salinization process. So your crops are get more salt. This is the salt, white color. Precipitate structures are salt. How salt created in these lands? Maybe withdrawal of ocean water from here, or mineralization. Excess of minerals are deposited over the fields. So the the entire region, half of the field with salt. Where salt particles are occupied, soon the entire crop go to die because osmotic potentials are maybe fluctuate. And here also salt zone. So here also salt zone. These zones are killed to the crops. How remove this salinization process? Beside one normal technique is there. The technique name is desalinization. Desalinization means supply excess of river water. River water is fresh water. So when excess of river water supply to that salinized rows of the crops, in that moment the salt go to dissolved in the water, the crop become healthy. So it is called desalinization. If scarcity of fresh water zones in that area, farmers are arranged some drip methods or spraying method like fountain like sprinkler method. So the sprinkler method also remove the salinization excess of the salt from the fields, but that take more time. The sprinkler method takes more time, but the flowing of excess of river water is easy method, perfect method. It require more water, but in sprinkler that need less water, hence it take a lot of time. The both methods are help in desalinization nearer coastal areas or excess salt zones. Now weathering. Simply weathering means decomposition of large rocks into small pieces. So rocks are divided into small pieces of the stones by various agents are called weathering. Weathering process is natural method. It takes thousands of the years. So very slow method. It takes lot of years, sometimes thousand of the years, lakh of the years also it taking. So decomposition of large rocks into small pieces by various agents is called weathering. So that weathering divided into three methods: mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, biological weathering. One by one, mechanical weathering. So mechanical weathering does by the physical forces. So mechanical weathering need some force, strong force. Maybe that force is strong winds or high temperature or speed running water like floods. During these phenomena, they produce a strong physical force. In that moment, the big size rocks are go to break down into small pieces, then form a new soil. That process is called mechanical weathering. Chemical weathering. So chemical reactions are takes place on the rocks or in the rocks. They are oxidation, reduction, carbonization, some other reactions. So these reactions also gives some substances. During these chemical reactions, the rocks are go to dissolved or break down or split. They gives a small pieces. That is called also weathering. Biological weathering, it is the completely natural method. It takes a lot of time by the help of small organisms like algae, lichens, and bacteria. When they are grown over that rocks, big size rocks, they releases some chemicals. Along with that, some pressure also created. Some specialized chemicals incorporated into slits of that rocks. That rocks go to break down into small pieces. So these are the main type of the weathering methods. So here mechanical weathering visible. Mechanical weathering need physical force, strong physical force, which are strong winds or high temperature. So strong winds and high temperature create such type of weathering. So such type of weathering. Maybe that rocks are converted into small pieces. The entire phenomena is called mechanical weathering. Mechanical weathering gives some soil. Next one. It is also one more mechanical weathering. Here only pure rocks are visible, but rock loses some surface stone layers. So many stripes are visible, means losing the small soil particles by the activity of strong winds or strong temperature, etc. That physical forces are remove small stone particles. It is also one type of the weathering, mechanical weathering. Chemical weathering. Chemical weathering, here given three examples. One is solubility. Solubility means atmospheric carbon dioxide dissolved in the rainwater. That rainwater penetrate into the rocks among the cracks. After reaction, the rocks are go to break down into minerals. That reaction given here calcium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide. When carbon dioxide plus water together, they are penetrate into stone. Stone means calcium carbonate, and in penetrate into rock slits, rock cracks. In that moment, it is break down into small pieces. They are called calcium 4 bicarbonates are forming. This is called simply limestone. So limestone is forming in solubility. Hydrolysis. Hydro means water. Lysis means split. Hematite rocks. Here hematite rocks are changed into toluenite by absorbing water. So hematite formula Fe2O3. When hematite absorb water, then it is converted into leonite. Simply here water when added to that rock, the rock nature convert into another form. So hematite convert into leonite after precipitation. Then another one, oxidation. It is very common phenomena in the nature. So it is the ferrous. When ferrous collect oxygen from the atmosphere, it is converted into ferric oxide. So ferrous oxide plus oxygen, when oxygenation takes place, oxidation process takes place, ferric oxide is formed. In that moment, the rocks become a weak. Means the big stone convert into small stones. So here diagrams are visible. So chemical weathered. We observe here chemical weathered. Only some particles of the rock material convert into small pieces. So half of the decaying, that stones are half of the decaying. So here also the limestone, this is the limestone, how to convert, how to porous. So porous stone. The remaining rocks are go to disintegrated. That particles are maybe fall down to form new type of the soils. So it is the chemical weathering. The stones become a porous. Next one, biological weathering. Either plants, algae, lichen, bacteria activity, the big size stones also go to breakdown. Here the tree roots, the roots are strongly incorporated into the slits of the big size rocks. The rock go to divided into two pieces or multiple pieces. In this diagram, the big size trees are growing over the some houses, some buildings. During the growth of that plant, the roots are incorporated into that rocks, stones. These all stones are becoming a residuous nature, reduced. Because of that, roots are releases some carbonic acids. Not only big size trees, along with that lichens also present over the walls or rocks. These are the lichens and algae. Small size algae, lichens, moss plants are growing. Here color is visible, greenish color. So rocks and old temples also go to decomposed by the activity of plant, lichens, bacteria, algae, fungi, etc. So here biological agents are involving in the process of weathering. Therefore it is called biological weathering. Finally, it gives new soil. Now mode of soil formation. Usually it is called soil types. Soil types. Based on mode of formation of soil as well as origin of the minerals, the soils are divided into 6 types, which are sedimentary soils, another name residual soils, transported soils, colluvial soils, alluvial soils, glacier soils, aeolian soils. 6 type of the soils are formed. These classification based on the origin of mineral and mode of formation of soils. These 6 soils are available in the nature. Now one by one, the first one is sedimentary soils. So another name is residual soils. The soil formed by the weathering process from parent rocks to called sedimentary. Sediments means small pieces. So your parent rocks are converted into small pieces. So gradually reducing. Therefore this is called residual soils. So it is a natural weathering process. It takes a lot of time. For example, here sedimentary rocks are visible. So these are the rocks. In this weathering process, it is virginal rock, big size rock. Gradually the rock particles are removed from this big stone. Therefore some layers are visible, some tier steps are visible. This phenomena is called stratified or sediment. A beautiful sediment visible in second figure. It is very red in color and looks like beautiful and smart sedimentary rocks. So sedimentary rocks formed by the natural weathering process. It's take thousands of the years. In sedimentary rocks, so common a general weathering visible. By the help of general weathering process, these sedimentary rocks are forming. Now the second one is transported soil. You observe here a big size winds are happen like hurricanes, such type of hududu. When big size winds are blown, in that moment the soil particles, it is one of the hurricane, small hurricane. During that hurricane wind blows, the surface soil particles also thrown away, thrashed away. So they are easily transported from one area to another area. Where the wind is less weight, where the wind is get normal position, in that moment the soil particles are deposited. Such type of soils are called transported soils. So this is the transportation process. It is the transported soil. Transported soil particles are very delicate, delicious, smooth. So transported soils are very smooth, looks like very smooth. The transported soils contain rich minerals also. So fertile soil, it is fertile soil, it is favorable to the agriculture. So beside is residual soil. Residual means sedimentary soil. It is also sedimentary soil. So sedimentary or residual soil and transported soil. So transported soils forming by the wind currents. Next one, colluvial soils. So colluvial, it is the landslide. One small mountain slide, it is the slide, landslide. When accidentally or naturally, then that landslide gradually fall down. When the landslides are fall down to form a soil, that is called colluvial soil. By the forces during the floods or rains or winds, when strong winds are applied over the mountains, the landslides are gradually comes down and form a colluvial soils. Here colluvium means landslide. So it is the bedrock. Bedrock means stone, strong stone. Bedrock means strong stone. So it is one of the landslide. Now the landslide gradually comes down from the mountain. It is one of the colluvium. Such type of the soils are called colluvial soils. Colluvial soils. Now alluvial soils. During the rains, when rivers are flowing, when floods are coming, among the rivers, the river discharges some soft soil particles in some areas. They are called delta. The deltas are highly fertilized zones. They are highly favorable to the agriculture crops. So deltas are contain rich nutrients, rich humus. Everything is best. Therefore delta soils, delta lands always gives more yield. That deltas are called alluvial soils. How alluvial soils? When water blown, water moves from one place to another place as highly velocity. In that moment, that water discharges in some areas. That soil particles are called aggregated. That soil particles are aggregated to form delta. Generally, these deltas are visible among the rivers. Krishna, Godavari deltas. Ganga Delta. So the deltas are formed at plain areas. The deltas are called alluvial soils. So it is one alluvial, it is another alluvial. So red color alluvial, black color alluvial visible. So alluvial soils are contain rich nutrients. Glacial soils. Glacial means islets, big size islets. These are visible at Arctic and Antarctic zones. Big size islets, these are one islet, big size iceberg. When big size ice are moving from one area to another area, along with that ice, some soil particles, some stones also move from one place to another place. The speed of the velocity is very slow. Anyhow, the islets along with ice cubes soils are called glacial soils. Always these soils are with ice cubes, islets. Along with that islets, soil particles also moves from one place to another place. It is another glacial soils. So it is considered glacial soil. It is also considered glacial soil. Without ice, it considered glacial soils. Many times glaciers are come over that small soils. So these are called glacier soils. Glacier soils are favor to the growth of small size of plants like moss plants or fern plants. So it is not favor to the agriculture, but small size moss and fern plants are growing. Aeolian soils. It is important for entrance. Aeolian. Aeolian means air. These soils are usually visible at desert areas when strong winds are come, or sand rains, that is called sand rain. The sand particles are transferred from one place to another place and deposit in one area and form one new soil, that is called aeolian soils. So aeolian soils are formed by the wind currents. So wind currents, what a beautiful soil, aeolian soil. It is the red color, it is the white color. So here the white color sand formed by the wind currents. When strong winds are created at deserts, such type of soils are formed. These soils also not useful for agriculture, but small type of the xerophytic plants are growing. That plants also visible in this figure. It is also one another aeolian soils. So these soils are formed always. Maybe within the day by day also sometimes these soils are forming. When wind currents are created over the deserts, these type of the aeolian soils are formed. Aeolian means air. Now one or two questions we will discuss that. Delta question. Delta lands are called. Delta another name. So A, colluvial soils. Colluvium. Colluvium means landslide. These are formed among the lateral side, slope side of the mountain. So mountain slopes are break down, felt down and form soil, that is called colluvial. Alluvial soils. Alluvium means delta. Among the rivers, these type of the soils are forming. Yes, this is the right answer. Aeolian. Aeolian means wind. These are forming at deserts. Residual soils means sedimentary soils. Only big size rocks. Over the rocks are losing some small sand particles. Some stripes are visible. The rock get many stripes and different color. That is called residuals. So the right answer is that alluvial soils. Delta means alluvium. So alluvial soils are always suggest to cultivate the agriculture crops on alluvial soils. Next one, conifer trees are generally growing these soils. Here some small spelling mistakes are there. Not here. Conifer trees are growing in these soils. Growing in these soils. A. Pod soilization. Laterization means laterite soils. Laterite soils are favor to the spices plants. Calcification means calcium carbonate soils. It is favor to the grass plants. Glycation means not favor to the any crop plants because glycation has many isolates. So remaining one is pore soilization. In pore soilization, many clay particles are formed by the strong organic acids. In some tropical areas, temperature is very less, cool zones. In that cool area, decomposers are inactive condition. So organic acids are forming. That organic acids are penetrate into the top layer. Therefore, the layer completely acidic nature. So conifer trees can able to grow in that acidic soils. So answer is pod soilization. Answer is pod soilization. Thank you. Thank you very much.